In the previous class, we discussed decision statements, if, elif, else. And then we discussed about loops, for loop and while loop. So here children, I have given you some assignments in Moodle Cloud. So I'll just share you those assignments that I've given in Moodle Cloud. Okay children, so now can you see? Wait, so I haven't shared with you. I will share. Okay, whatever the experiments practically we have done during 11th standard, that some of the experiments I've given as homework and some more I've added. Okay children, so and whatever the videos, whatever lesson we are discussing here, that also I have uploaded in YouTube as well, so that you can even that link I have provided in Moodle Cloud also, so that you can just have a recap of whenever you want to revise. Okay children, so now let me share the screen. Okay, that Moodle Cloud application I just want to show you. Okay children, you can see now, see all the videos also, whatever the first session we recorded and second session, then third session of the first lesson, first day, and then we had some assignments here. So those who have completed assignments, their grades must have come to their email as well, and they can check their grades also. And here, then the second lesson, the second time when we had a interactive session, virtual class like this. So that also I've recorded and uploaded here for your revision purpose. The similar way, third time when we have recorded also. Now, then the previous class we discussed the decision statements in Python. That is if, elif, else, ladder, and then we have discussed for loop and while loop. So children, these are all the experiments that we have done in 11th standard, isn't it? See, to check if the given number is negative or positive or zero. So using if else. Okay, these are all simple experiments just to bring you back, like just to recall or recap what you learned in 11th standard. So these are all revision exercises, and these are very useful for your 12th standard board examination question number 1 also. Okay children, and some more assignments also I'll be giving you, but you see these are all no one has completed. I request all of you to complete by this week. Okay children, and then today's lesson is functions. Okay, so these functions we will be discussing through this. Last week also I've just given you the introduction of the functions. Okay, so now I'll share you the functions PPT so that we can go ahead. Okay, so what is a function? Function is nothing but a programming block of a program. Are you able to see my full screen, children? Okay, anyway, see what is a function? It is block of codes which is used to perform some task. Okay, children. So it only runs when you call the function. Unless until you invoke the function, function cannot be, whatever the coding you have written inside the function cannot be executed. So while calling the function, whatever the parameters, whatever the values you pass, they are called as the function parameters. Why is blinking? Okay, anyway, so a function can return a data or it can display the result. Okay, children. So function can return or display the result. See, we have already used some built-in functions. Print is a function which will just display. It will whatever we are giving as a parameter to print function. will be displayed in the output. Okay, so functions which we are defining use the keyword def. Okay, whatever we use the keyword def and define, they are called as user defined functions. Is it clear, children? What is user defined function and what is built-in function? What is user defined function and what is built-in function? Anshit is there? Anshit is there? Okay, Vamshi, may I know what is the difference between the built-in function and user-defined function? Vamshi. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. Yeah.
User-defined function is a function defined by the user. The user makes the function and implies it in a coding or like that.
Yes. So whenever you want, like we users wanted to have our own task, set of instructions to be executed based on particular call, then we define our own function, right? But system defined, that is when you install the program, you are having so many modules with you, right? In that, whatever the program setup is there. So those functions are built-in functions. Clear? See, we used range function, we used print function, isn't it, children? So previously we used math dot square root also, right? SQRT function, POW function. So they're already defined. We are not going to define them. So if we want to define which keyword we should use, which keyword? Snehil is there? May I ask Snehil which keyword to be used to define our own functions? Snehil, are you there? Right? Okay, why should we? Snehil, are you there? Snehil. Okay, see, children, some people are just logging in and staying away. It is not good, children. Once you class is given, a schedule is given for the class, better you attend the class so that you know when you attend that time only you will capture more, you will grasp more. Okay, children. So okay, anyway, let me tell you, def is the keyword. Def is the keyword we use to define a function. Clear? So and then followed by the function name, then followed by the parenthesis. Within that parenthesis, we will write all the parameters separated by comma. This much is clear. After the parenthesis, we use the slice, that is colon. So then when you press enter, automatically indentation follows. This much is clear, children? Okay, let me show you an example. In the previous class also we have done, right? So using idle also we have done, and using Jupyter notebook also we can do. Already I started my Jupyter notebook here. I can share with you that Jupyter notebook as well, isn't it? Okay. Okay, children, see here I'll execute. See, this later on I can give you as a coding for ready reference also. Okay, children, here I'll be writing. So what is the function? Function we use. If at all any technical problem comes, again you click on the same link, children, because I've seen some blinking on my screen. Okay, so if at all any technical issue today, climate is also not good, na? So if at all any problem is there, again I'll restart my computer also. Then you will join the same using the same link. Okay, so now let us proceed for the functions. Okay, children. So here we will be writing the function. Okay, here this is functions using definition. So how do we write function? Using the keyword def and name of the function and then parameters. Then comes the colon. Then comes the whatever coding you want to write for this function. So print hello using function. Okay, children? Using function. Got it? So now if we execute, what do we get? Nothing. No output has come. Okay. So to get the result, whatever I have written in this function, what should I do? You should execute it using function call. So how do we call the function? Vignesh is there? How to call the function?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, how to call the function? Here, what is the function I have written? Name of function, right? How to
Function is
call the
ma'am.
function? After all your definitions are over, in the same module you can call, in the same program file you can call, or in the other file also you can call. So how to call this function?
Ma'am, don't know, ma'am.
Whatever name you have given here, see, pay attention. Whatever name I have given here, the same name to be used, and parameters. Are there any parameters here? Within the parentheses, are there any parameters? Anything? Can you see?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Nothing is there, isn't it?
No, ma'am. Only parenthesis.
When you're calling, also don't give anything. Over. So this is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
function call. See, this is the function call, whereas this is the first line def के साथ जो भी है ना, that is the function definition. Clear? So now if we execute, see, let me run. See, you can see in the output. What is output here?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? You can see, no? Now let us write one more function. Okay. So without, okay, here I have written the function 2. So name of function only we will write, but function 2. Clear, children? So what is the definition name here? Function 2. Okay. So this is using function 2. And here I am writing one more print statement. Outside the definition, okay, I am not calling the function. Just I am writing a definition, one print statement. Okay. So welcome to functions. Clear, children? So let's execute and see what is the output we will get from this code. You see, only print statement is executed. But you have written so many lines of coding, right? 3 lines of coding you have written. And there also one more print is there. But why we didn't get this hello using function 2? We got only welcome to functions. Why we didn't get the output hello using function 2? From girl side, Adrija is there? Kumari is there? Kumari, Anjali Kumari.
Ma'am, because we didn't call the function.
Very good. So function definition, even if we have written, it will be inactive unless until we call the function. So where should we call? In the main coding or wherever, in another function also we can call. So if you are calling a function within itself, then we call it as a recursive function. So what is the recursive function, children? A function calling itself is known as a recursive function. What is a recursive function?
The function calling itself.
Recursive function is a function calling itself. To complete its task. Okay. So non-recursive function is, what is non-recursive then? Tell me. Recursive is function calling itself to complete its task. But without calling that function in the function body, if we are able to complete, then it is non-recursive function. Clear, children? For example, see, if we are using a factorial definition. So factorial of n, how do you define? Factorial of n is equal to n multiplied by factorial of n minus 1. This is how we define in maths, isn't it? Factorial of n minus 1. So to calculate again factorial of n minus 1, what we should do? We should substitute n minus 1 in place of n and continue the same task. Then factorial of n minus 1 multiplied by n minus 2 will be there. So this function, recursive function, should have a termination point, isn't it? Isn't it, children? So whereas how long we will find? See, what is the factorial of 0 or factorial of 1? Somewhere it should be stopped. It should be given the value. Then that value is substituted in factorial of 1. And that value is substituted in factorial of 2. And that value is returned back to factorial of 3. That, and so on. So as long as that n value has to be calculated. Clear, children? So function defined in terms of itself is a recursive function. So a function calling itself to complete its task is a recursive function. This is one type of recursion. Another type of recursion is also there. What is that? Indirect recursion. In that indirect recursion, what do we do, children? See, a function is there. For example, function 1 is there. Okay, this function to complete its task, what it is doing? It is calling the function 2. Okay, children. So now if you go to function 2 to complete its task, function 2 is calling function 1. So this is also another type of recursion. Are you following, children? So in your practicals, you are supposed to do the first practical using recursive functions. Are you following, children? So here, recursive function is a function calling itself. Okay, a function calling itself or a function indirectly calling itself. Indirectly calling itself means a function, sometimes what will happen? So you are not calling there, but you are calling another function. And that function is calling this function to complete its task. This much is clear, children? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, this much is clear. So what is this recursive functions we didn't do in 11th standard. Are you following, children? Now we are entering into 12th standard syllabus. Alright. So in addition to 11th standard, now whatever we learned in 11th standard is very much useful. And that is the basis. And that based on that also there are questions in your listening. Okay. So now, so here we are discussing about the functions. In these functions, now what have we discussed? We discussed about the recursive function and non-recursive function. So recursive function is function calling itself to complete its task. Whereas non-recursive is What is the non-recursive function? Non-recursive function is a function which is not calling itself, but we can use a for loop or while loop to complete its task. Okay, so the same factorial, when we are defining the same factorial, let's see. So how do we define the same factorial function without recursion? Without recursion, how do we define, children? See, factorial only. How do we define? Let me show you non-recursive definition. Okay, so let me add some text here. Okay, so how do we define a factorial? Factorial of n. How do we define without using recursion? So for I in range of 1 to n, isn't it, children? So we multiply, we take some value, some factorial is equal to 1, and then this factorial value is multiplied by I. And finally, whatever the result is there, that will be returned.
Ma'am, we can't see the screen, ma'am.
Now, are you able to see?
अब तो पूरा चला गया.
Now, are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now I saw.
Recursive function, see, without recursion when we are defining, see how to define. That is how I am showing. Define factorial. Any function definition starts with def. Clear, children? Then name of the function. What name you want to give? This name is any identifier. When you are giving identifier, it should not start with a number, or it should not start with, it should not have some special characters in between. Only underscore is allowed. Isn't it, children? So, and then the parameter. Parameter is for n, I am trying to do some functionality that I am naming as factorial. Clear, children? So, n is the input for this function. So, now once my function definition is ready, now if we execute, do we get any output? Nothing. So, but I have to call that function to execute. So, factorial of 5. Now, you see, we will get the result or not? Got it, children? So, here have I called the factorial function to complete its task? No. So, this is a non-recursive function. Is it clear, children? So, what is a non-recursive function or what is the recursive function? What is the difference? In recursive function, we have to call the same function to complete its task. Whereas in non-recursive function, we need not call, but we can use loop constructs to complete its task. Okay, children? So, this is a non-recursive function. Let's execute a recursive function. How do we do one recursive? The same thing using recursion. So, how do we define def? Using the keyword def, we will be writing. So, def, so factorial is a function name of n only. Right, children? So, now if the value n is equal to 0, or n value is 1, then what must be the value of factorial? Return 1. Otherwise means what is the keyword we use? Else. So otherwise what do? We have to return, what is the formula for factorial? Return n multiplied by factorial of n minus 1. Can you see, children? So now let me execute and show you. Now also I haven't called any function, right? Unless until we call the function, we will not get any output. So let me execute this coding. Factorial of, suppose 4. If my input is 4, factorial of 4. So what is the factorial of 4? You can see na 24 is the factorial of 4. So in both cases, the functionality is absolutely all right. See, here also we got the correct result, and here also we got the correct result. But what is the difference between these two? The way we have written functions is different. So here we have directly defined, right, without calling the function itself. And here we are defining using function, calling the same function. That is the recursive way. Okay, children. Any doubt here? Any doubt, children, here? May I have your attention, children? No one is responding.
Yes,
No
ma'am.
doubt, ma'am.
No doubt, ma'am.
No doubt, huh? Okay, fine, fine. So let me proceed. Now we can proceed, na?
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
have given you question
Yes, ma'am.
to complete Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series we have done in 11th standard in non-recursive way. Even finding the reverse of a number, finding the sum of digits of a number, all these functions, finding whether the given number is prime or not, or finding whether the given number is Armstrong or not. These functions we have done in 11th standard without using recursion. Now we have to do the same functions using recursion. Okay, children. So now you can see I've given you some exercises in Moodle Cloud. Okay, so here you can see before these functions I've given you all these exercises. Using loop constructs for or while, you can use anything freely, you can use, right? So I haven't given any restriction to use for loop or while loop. You can use anything. Find factorial of a number. So that now I have executed and shown you. The similar way, counting number of digits in a number. So all these functions, first you do non-recursive way and then go ahead and do recursive way. Even see multiple values when you are generating. This also you can do using recursion. So whatever the functions, whatever the programs we are able to write using loops, for loop, while loop, all those can be defined using recursion, children. So any doubt here? Any doubt, children?
No, ma'am.
No doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, right. We'll proceed to global variables and local variables. So once we have this functions, no? So whatever the parameter we are giving, we are passing to the function. That is a local parameter. That is local to that function only. See, so whatever the variables that are outside the function, they are known as global variables. Is it clear, children? So what is a global variable? See here function, when once you have a function, okay, Okay, let me move this. See, now you are all staying in your houses, isn't it? So now, what is the scope of you people? You are accessible only within your house, isn't it? So, but I'm able to access you people, your time, right? I can interact with you people. How? Through this, whatever the online communication media we have, we are able to, right? So, like that, if you have a global variable, that global variable to be accessed within your function, then what is the keyword we use? Global. Okay, so for accessing, when you have the same name, see, S is already within the local function. S is a variable. I love India. Okay, so now, and if I want to access that, another value for S is there. I love world. Okay, so I want to access this I love world within the function. And also I love India within the function. Then how does the interpreter distinguish which one you are accessing? So both the strings are given the variable name yes only. Got it, children? So once if it is within the function, that is a local variable. Okay, so once it is outside the function, you can see na, before the function is called, again one more yes is defined. So this yes is different from this I love India yes. Clear, children? So this yes is I love India is local variable, whereas I love world is global variable. Clear, children? So once you are just calling the function, here you are not passing any parameter, but also you will get the value. What is that value you will get as output? I love India. And then when you are printing yes, this value whatever being executed within the function is not returned back to the main function, but here s is referred to by the global s. Are you following, children? So now see what is the global variable. If you want to access within this function global s, that is I love world only I wanted to get. So then what should I write? Global s, then print s. So here if you are given another value, yes, I love India. So now it will change the global variables value. Then if you print yes, what is the value you will get? After the function, after the closing of the function also, see I love world is the function here I have given. Value I have given to this string. I do one thing, I'll use the triple quote so that it is going to 3 lines. Okay, so then I'm calling the function. So what is the output we will get here, children? What is the output we will get from this code, global variable program? So may I ask someone from here? Tejas join? Shruti? What happened to Asim?
No one is answering, ma'am.
No one is absent. Everybody is present. Okay. So now let me ask you, see, are you able to see my PPT, this thing? Global variable, local variable?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am, chala gaya.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see? So now tell me,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, guess what is the
Yes.
output for this global variable program? See, this is the definition. Definition can be executed only once it is called. So where does the execution start, children? Execution starts from s equal to I love world. Clear? So now, yeah. So now fun is called. Okay. So then what will happen? Thread of control will go from here to here. Okay. So here thread of control will jump from that fun function call to function definition. Okay, children.
I
So
love
now here
India.
global S is there. What is global S means? What do you mean by global S here? What is the value we will get here?
I love India.
I love
I
India.
love India.
In world.
World Ray.
I love world.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good.
I love
I
world.
love world. Right. So what is the value we'll get here? I love world. So here global is the keyword. Na? So this keyword is referring to this yes. Okay, children. So now what happened? I love world is referred here. Now when you are printing, what do we get? When you are printing is, what do we get? Value. What is that yes here? Within the function, is there any other yes other than this global yes before this line print s? No, na. So it will refer to that
No.
global s only. So what is global s? I love world. So what is the output you will get here? First you will get
I love world.
world. Okay. And then,
I love world and
yeah.
I love
Then
India.
s value is changed to I love India. Okay, right? So then if you are printing again, I love India will come. Got it, children? Then after coming back here, so what is the S value? I love got changed, right? Okay, it will refer to the changed value. Is this clear, children? So global variable and local variable, there will be definitely a question in your board examination paper. Okay, you may be asked to find the outputs. Is this clear, children? So local is within the function. So and global is outside the function. Right. So here in this coding, both variable names are yes only. But here this yes equal to I love world will be executed only during this main function printf. But when you are called this function, then within the function, what is the value you have given? That value will be displayed. Clear, children? This much is clear? So shall we proceed? Right. So what is the scope of a function? What is the scope of a function? What is the scope of a function? Scope means, what do you mean by scope? Scope and lifetime. Anyone?
Zoom marna, ma'am. Zoom.
Ma'am, scope can be local or global.
Okay. Lifetime? Scope is the area where that particular variable is accessible. Following, children. Scope is what? Area in which that particular code can be accessed or that particular variable can be accessed. Clear? But whereas lifetime is how long that variable reside in memory. Are you following, children? So how long that exists in memory is its lifetime, whereas scope is, what is the scope? Area, that is in which coding part, in which module that variable is accessible. Clear? So variable scope in a function. Let us see variable scope in a function. So what is the variable scope in a function? See, here also we have variable a. What is its scope? It is, see, here whatever a, b, x, y, 4 variables are there. So what is the value of a? 1. What is the value of b? 2. What is the value of x? 3. What is the value of y here? 4. So what is its scope? It is global, right? Throughout it is accessible. Clear, children? But whereas this X and Y, so though it looks the same name, but this X and Y are only accessible within function fun. Clear, children? So X and Y are local parameters here, right? These values are not referring to these two X and Y. Got it, children? See, for example, so there may be the same name of a person in another class also. See, roll number, for example, if you take roll number, we have roll number 1 in our class? Yes or no? So if I call roll number 1, who will respond? Within that class, whoever the roll number 1 is there, for example, Adrija will respond, isn't it? Right? So if I go to other section and call roll number 1, there also I am calling roll number 1 only, but the person referring to is different. The same thing is here, children. So X and Y here, they are global variables. But here, this scope is accessible from here, within this main. Okay. So now if you take this X function ke andar jo bhi local variables and parameters, these are having the scope of this function only. Got it, children? Any doubt here? So what is the scope? The area. So X and Y here, this local parameter X and Y are accessible within this definition. Okay, once the definition is over, they are no more. X and Y are no more. Once we come back here, A, B, X, comma, Y. So A value is 1, B value is 2, X is referring to 3, Y is referring to 4. Now fun 50, 100. So what will happen? 50 is passed to X, 100 is passed to Y. Right, children? So this 50 is given to parameter X, 100 is given to parameter Y. Okay, so now the value of X is here 50, Y is 100. Now this function, body of the function is executed with these values. So global A means, now what is the value of A here? 1. So global A is referred here and it is changed to 10. Now X and Y are interchanged. Now what will happen? B value is 20. Again B value is changed to 30. Now C value is 30. Now when you print, what is A value?
10.
A value 10. Very good. B value?
30.
B value?
30.
30. Very good. Because the recent value, whatever the change we have done. So that only is retained in the memory. So B is referring to 30 only. It is overwritten. Previous values will not come. So B value is 30. Then X?
50.
Only 2 people are responding. What about Namita is
50.
there?
50.
50. How come?
50.
But X value is 50 we passed. But here it is interchanged, children. So X became
100.
100. Y became
100.
50.
Yes, from X became Y, Y became
should
X.
be 100.
100.
Recording, children. X value we will get 100.
Yes, from
Y
100.
value 50.
50.
Now,
50.
so here this print statement displayed. What is the display output displayed here? A is 10, B 30, X 100, Y 50.
100.
So finished. That function is over. Once the body of the function, execution of body of function is over, we'll come back to our main coding. So this line is executed. Now what will happen? We will come to the next line. Okay. So what is the next line here? We have print. I'll reduce this font so that, yeah. Okay. So now what is this? Next line is print A, comma, B, comma, X, comma, Y. So now what is the what are the values displayed in this print statement? What must be the value of A here?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1,
Yeah.
3, 4. Why not 150? But A value will be changed, no, right? See, because here in the function also we are referring to global A only, that is changed to 10. So A value you will get here 10 and B value it is referring to this
Ma'am,
one only.
most recent value is 1, no ma'am.
Sorry?
Most recent value of A is 1, right?
Yeah.
A value is 1 children. But once the function is called, within the function we are referring to global A and that A value is changed to 10.
Oh.
Okay, children. So now
So
what we
X
can
and Y value?
here. So let's execute and see.
Ma'am, what will X and Y value be?
X and
3
Y
and 4.
are, see here this X is referring to only for that function X, that is within that classroom kind of, right? Within this function body only this XY. But whereas this A, it is referring to global A. Okay, so the scope of A is throughout this function and this line also the same thing. But XY here this XY is referring to different, this XY is referring to different area of execution.
Ma'am, so output will be 10, 30, 3, 4.
Output will be 10. B value is 2 only, no? B is
Ma'am,
not
but it's
referred
there.
globally, right?
Oh, only A is, okay.
Yeah, so B is 2 only. X and Y 3, 4 only. Got it, children? So shall we execute and see?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll execute and see. So I will share you this idle screen also. Wait. Got it, children? With one single keyword global and to the based on the parameters of function definition, output finding will be definitely there in your board question papers. Okay. So I'll be sharing with you idle screen. What is this idle here? What is the column? Can you see my screen, children? Idle?
Yes, ma'am.
So now let's execute this function. Got it, children? Clear enough for this function
Yes, ma'am.
definition? Okay, wait 1 second. So this function definition, this indentation matters, isn't it? Got it? Now let's execute. This is output finding. Output finding 1.py. Okay, 1 second. So this is the screen, isn't it? What is the output you got, children? Here, ten, 30, 100, 50. So 10 is global A. Okay, then B is 30, that is internal B to the function definition, and then 100 is X and Y interchanged. So 50, 100 interchanged. So 150. Then once we come back to the main function. Okay, let's see the coding. So what is the coding here? A value is 10. Are you able to see the children? Both. Okay. So now here A value, first execution starts from this line. So here execution starts. When the execution started, So now what is the A value here? A value 1, then B value 2, X value 3, and Y value 4. This much is clear now. Then when we called this function 50 and 100. So what happened here? 50 and 100 came to this line. So what happened? X value is 50. Okay, Y value is 100. So now A value is 10. X comma Y equal to Y comma X. Then what will happen? X value became 100 and Y value became 50. Now B value 20. Again B value 30. So B value will be 30 only. Right. Next C value is 30. So what are we displaying? A. What is the A value here? Global A. It is not changed. So A value is 10. Okay. So A value is 10. So what is the output we will get from this statement, children? Output is A value, how much you will get? A is 10. Then B value, how much is there? Recent value. So 30, you can see now in comments I have written. So here P value is 30. And what is the X value? 100. And what is the Y value? 50. Clear? So this is, now we come back after the function, whatever the coding we have written in the function is over. So after this display, see you can see first line is displayed in a 10, 30, 100, 50. Clear? So now when we come back to this function, is there any other line? Yes. So what is that line? That coding is print A, comma B, comma X, comma Y. So here A is, what is the A value here? It will refer to this global A. Okay, children. So here A value is, what is A here? Though it A equal to 10 is within the function, this is only local A. Okay, it is not referring to global A. So now what do we get here? That value is not returned, but here whatever A value is there. For example, see two people are there. Abhishek in 11 suppose. Okay, Abhishek in this class and Abhishek in other section also. Abhishek in 12th B as well as Abhishek in 12th C. But whatever changes we are doing to Abhishek in 12th B, does it affect the other child? No. The same thing here. So here also same names are used, but within the function also same names are used. But within the function, whatever the names we used, they refer to entirely different variable set. Okay. Whereas this variable set is referring to different group. So now whatever these values are there, they are not going to alter. So A value is 1, B value is 2 and X value is, what is X value here? 3 only. And what is the Y value here? 4. So can you cross check the output? See 10, 30, 100, 50. That is for the function call. We got the correct output. Yes, no children? You can see here. Okay. So now, and the same manner, after the function call, there is one more print statement here, A, B, X, Y. Now we are changing this A to global. Okay, let's change this A within function as global. So here A, in front of A, I am writing the keyword global. Now let's see. What must be the value? What will be the output here, children? Wait. So global A and then next line A equal to 10. Okay. So now what is the output here? You can see the change in the children because now within this function now A equal to 10, that is referring to global A. So once the function is over, okay. So what is the value of A? It is no more 1. It is not 1. It is 100. Why? It is 10. Why? Because within the function, A means the same A. Whatever A we have written for this main code, the same A is referred in the function. Clear, children? Did you all understand? Any doubt here? So with the one single keyword global, you can see the lot of change in function execution in the program. Any doubts here?
No, ma'am.
Everyone. Asim, कुछ डाउट है इधर?
No, ma'am.
डाउट कुछ नहीं है? Okay, shall we proceed? So what is the local variable? What is the global variable? What is the scope? Scope means based on the area where that variable is accessed. Okay, defined. Based on that,
मैम वो स्क्रीन चला गया.
किसमें चला गया? You want to see coding or you want to see PPT?
मैम PPT.
Okay, fine. So you can see. So with the change of one keyword, with the addition of global keyword, so there is a lot of change. So this A is also, this A is referring to the global A, not a separate A within this function. Clear, children? So X, Y, when we have written, these are local to this function only. Okay, so this is local scope as well as global scope. Got it? So we can use another keyword, non-local. See, when you are using nested functions, what do you mean by nested functions? Function within the function. So when you are using function within the function, then you can use the keyword non-local. Okay. So when you are using the keyword non-local, it indicates that so within the function also, within the innermost function also, you must be having the same variable. No, I am not referring to this variable. I am referring to non-local variable. Like that you can specify. Okay, children. So you will be given some output finding questions. I'll be creating one quiz like that. So then and there you can solve and choose the answer so that your grade will increase. Okay, children. Now let's see one more example, non-local. So here two definitions are there. Function 1 and function 2. So function 1 is defined as x equal to 100. So let me execute this code. Okay, here instead of showing in PPT, I'll execute in the idle and show you. Okay, so now let's open a new file. See, function definition 1 is having x equal to 100. Function definition 2 is referring to non-local x. Okay, and x equal to 200. And before calling the function and after calling the function, okay, let's display the result. So what is the expected output, children? What is the expected output?
Before
आइडल दिखाओ मैम एक बार आइडल.
Okay, okay. One second. Are you able to see?
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You can see, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
यस मैम अब दिख रहा है.
दिख रहा है ना? So now what is the expected output for this coding? What is the expected output for this coding?
100, 200.
100 to 100. How come 100 to 100? See, x value is 50 here. So fun one is called. So x value changes to 100. Okay. Okay, cool. Let me put it.
Ma'am, 250.
250. Let us execute and see. This is non-local keyword का है ना? Non-local output finding. Okay, some interpreters are not. Wait. No binding. No? Non-local is nothing but global only. Okay, before calling function 2, how much is the value? 200. Then now function 2 x in main is 50. Okay. So function 1 is called. After calling function 2, how much it is? It is referring to global x. So it is referring to 50 again. After every line. Fun one, after calling the function that is x in main, after calling the function 1. After calling function 2. Okay, children? So before calling the function 2, how much is the value of x? 200. Before calling any function. Okay. Then after calling function 1 and after calling function 2, let's do some changes to x. Okay. Got it, children? समझ में आ गया कि नहीं? So global is the keyword we use for non-local reference. When you are having function within the function also, we can here you can do it. This is after calling function 1. What is the x? Here after calling function 2. And here let's change x value to 50 and see. So initially 200. Okay, before calling function 1, what is that value? Then x in the main function, then function 1. This I'll remove here. Okay, so function 1 is called, and after calling the function 1, Then what is the value of x? Function 2 is called. Okay, calling function 2 now. And then after calling the function 2, x value is changed after calling function 2. Now, children, now are you able to see? Yeah, now can you guess what is the output? Swati is there? Swati?
Yes, sir. 1 second.
Yeah, Swati. So can you guess what is the output here?
Now it is a 250, no, ma'am.
Sorry?
250 because x from the global variable will be added to the function too.
See, whenever you are asked to find output, children, remember whatever it is there in the print statement, that everything to be taken into consideration.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
The first x in main.
Start execution from this coding. Okay? So x equal to 200. Now print. What should be printed? X in main. What is the value of x? 200. Then fun1 is invoked. Then after calling function 1, 100. Then after calling the function 1, once we come back here, this is while calling function 1. So during the function call. Within the function 1, it is 100. Once we come back from the function 1, fun1. So what is the x value?
200, 100, 200.
Yeah, very good, very good. Anshit. So here it will be only 200. Why? Because the scope of x is there, it is local. So once the fun1 is over, that x is no more. But now once we come back to this main function, it is referring to 200 only. Next we are calling the function 2 now. Right. Now function 2 is called. So now what happened to x value? After calling the, within the function call also, it is 50. Okay. So after calling function 2 also 50. Let's execute and see. What the children? Got it? Hope you all understood.
Ma'am, I didn't understand.
So today what did we learn?
Ma'am, I didn't understand.
Who? Shruti.
Ma'am.
Shruti. Yeah, I repeat here. See children, whenever we write functions, definitions, using function definitions. So let's recap what we discussed today. Function means it is a block or it is a set of some task. Okay, so we can this much task independently we want to perform, then we'll define it as a function. Okay, Shruti. Snehil is following. Okay, right? So Vaishnav Menon is there.
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
for that definition, for that function, for that, it is not a complete program. It is a part of a program. It is a sub-program, we can say. So this function can be defined in Python using the keyword def, then followed by the name of the function. Then parenthesis is, within the parenthesis, we will give the parameters. Okay. And then colon is that slice operator. After the colon, we'll have the body of the function. Okay, so within this body of the function, we write the set of instructions that are to be performed under this heading. Okay, this is the task, subtask. Then whatever, how many number of functions you want to write, you can define them. But unless until you invoke those functions which are defined using def, they cannot be processed. They cannot be processed. That is, they will not be executed. For execution, we have to call those functions. So here it is the function call, you can see. Function call. Or what is the other term we use? Invoking the function. Okay, children. So invoke the function fun1. Here, one more function call is there in this code. Can you find out which is the other function call, which line?
From second last.
Shreya? Yeah, second last. Very good. Shruti?
Second last, ma'am.
Second last. Understood, na? So, though it looks same names, but don't be confused. Whenever def is there, that is not a function call. It is a function definition. Whenever there is no def, nothing. In the coding, we are just calling. See, fun1, fun2 can have fun1 within that. Okay. So, then here also it is a function call. Fun2 can call fun2 itself. So, then what will happen? This fun2 will become recursive function. क्लियर सो फन वन के अंदर अगर हमने फन टू लिखा है ठीक है बट फन टू इज कॉल्ड हियर एंड विद इन फन वन इज कॉल्ड देन ऑल्सो इट इज रिकर्शन Are you following, children? But these two functions, these definitions to be executed, they have to be called within the main function or somewhere we have to invoke them. So for invoking them, see I have given a variable x equal to 200. Okay, so now I started just displaying how these functions are called to analyze it. So we have just called fun1 first. So once the fun1 is called, I haven't passed any parameter here. So no value is going from main function to fun1. Once I come to fun1, within the body of the function, whatever the statements are there sequentially. So first line is x equal to 100. So print during the function 1, what is the value of x here? 100. 100 will be displayed. And after this, any other line is there? No, it will not go to fun2. But where will it go? It will go back to the function called from where it is called. Okay, children. So after this fun1, what is the next line? Print. So it will come to this line. After the function call, whatever the value is there, that value of x is displayed. So once we come back from fun1, this value is neither returned from it nor globally referred by x. So this value is no more available here. But when you are displaying the value of x here, it will refer to only this main codings x. Okay, children, are you following? So here the x value will be 200. After that, now I am calling function 2. So fun2 when it is called, here it is referring to global x. Matlab, from where it is invoked? From this code. So here what is the value of x? To that only it is referring to. So x value is 200. Now x value is changed to 50. So now the global x value is also changed to 50 because that x is referred to by the same memory location. Okay. So now x value is 50. So within the function calling to function 2, what is the value of x? 50. Once we come back here, after fun2 is completed, children. So now here print statement is there. Print, what do we get here? Because fun2 is having a reference to global x. So this x value is no more 200, it is 50. Now it is clear, Shruti? Shruti?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? So today what
Yes,
did we
ma'am.
learn? Function definition, how to write and how to invoke. What are the local parameters? What are the global parameters? What is the scope? What are the keywords we use to refer to global functions? Global variables. Clear? So any other doubts here, children? Okay. So now you will come back to Moodle Cloud. Here I have given you all the assignments here. See here, using looping constructs, whatever the assignments I have given. These are also to be completed, and within the functions, I'm going to give some more assignments as per the today's lesson. So please complete and submit your codings. Either you can submit by text then and there, or a file also can be uploaded, children. Got it, children? Any one of you are facing a problem while submitting these assignments? Hope no one is having any problem, because even when you have taken a snapshot and uploaded, that also I'm able to see and evaluate. Okay, some of you have directly typed there. That also provision is there, so you can directly type there that much coding, and I can see your coding and evaluate. Okay, children, hope everyone is taking good care of this corona also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
see, pay attention, learn whatever you can learn at this age. See, you are so precious. Okay, take good care, and your time also use it preciously. Okay, children.
Present.
Okay, till next class, complete all the assignments. We will meet in the next class again. Any doubt, you can send by WhatsApp also. You can share it in this Moodle crowd also, or you can chat with me. Okay, good day, children. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Pulkit is present.
And parallelly, I am uploading all these videos in YouTube so that you can recap, revise easily. Okay, children. So you must have seen no one subscribed or no one has I didn't get any statistics. Okay. So I wish you all go through and make use of them for your profitability. Okay, man.